Good afternoon and welcome to TVM-News. Today is Friday, March 31st. I'm Nate McLean.
And I'm Kyle Driscoll. This week we have news about a man sentenced for murder in Schuylkill County.
We also have news about two Alabama police officers that were shot while on duty.
And we'll be checking in with TVM sports anchors Nick Ferraro and Janelle Simonis to find out the latest in Marywood and professional sports.
Looking to create happy memories? The Nativity Miguel School is looking for volunteers for their Easter celebration. This Easter fun is being held Monday, April 3rd from 2 to 4:30 right here on campus. Activities will include an egg hunt, face painting, coloring stations, and more. If you are interested in signing up to volunteer, look for the Google form in your email, sent out by the campus ministry.
The Children's Theater is back at Marywood Sette La Regatta Theater performing Jack and the Beanstalk. The show began this Thursday with performances only for community schools and is open to the public on Sunday, April 1st. Tickets are $10 a person and free with a valid Marywood student ID.
Child Hunger Outreach Partners, better known as CHOP, is looking for your help. Through their backpack program and in school pantries, CHOP is trying to create an entire generation that doesn't know hunger. They are looking for volunteers to help them pack backpacks and bins. They have a shift available almost every day, so it's accommodating to your schedules. If you are interested, please email corin@chopouhunger.org.
Marywood is co-hosting a free drag show with the Jewish Community Center on Thursday, April 20th. The pre-show starts at 8 p.m. and transportation is provided from Nazareth commuter lot starting at 7:30. Marywood Activities Council is not only hoping to host a fun event, but also to educate the community about the history of drag.
When we come back, we'll tell you about the Schuylkill County man who was sentenced for murder.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive. If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
After over a year, a man is sentenced to life in prison for murder. Santonio Malone was sentenced for the murder of Juan Carlos Romero in Schuylkill County. In October of 2021, Malone shot and killed Romero. According to officials, after fleeing, Malone was caught by the U.S. Marshals in Memphis, Tennessee. He has been in custody since January of 2022 and has just been sentenced to life in prison.
The Dunmore Lady Bucks brought home their first state championship title last Thursday. The Lady Bucks won the title in Hershey 42-30 and were welcomed home with a parade and a community pep rally held at the high school. Congratulations to the Dunmore Lady Bucks.
Two filmmakers took an old mine site in Tamaqua and are turning it into a $30 million film studio. Robert Morgalla and Oz Gomez are calling it Outhouse Production Film. Actors don't need to reset and get themselves back into character after a train or siren goes by, says Gomez when discussing why making a film studio in Pennsylvania is the right choice. The co-founders are hoping to completely set up and making movies as early as 2024.
March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month, and Porky's Bar and Grill held an event to support a Lackawanna County community member. Taylor Evans was recently diagnosed with colon cancer and felt all the love and support from her troop community after this fundraising event was held.
Model UN students take on global problems this past Tuesday. 150 high school students participated in a World Affairs meeting at Bloomsburg-University to debate current events. Each of the students were paired up and represented a different country at the meeting, including climate change, overpopulation, and human rights issues. Students were given weeks to prepare for this conference. Studying how their assigned country views these topics, the goal of this conference was for the students to come up with solutions to these issues while maintaining the peace and educated themselves on how different countries view topics so differently.
The Damian C. Mayley Memorial Basketball Tournament was held this past Saturday at Lehighton High School. In 2019, Damian was killed in a car accident right outside of Jim Thorpe at the age of 20. As a Lehighton basketball alumni class of 2017, Damian is honored each year with money raised going towards his memorial fund for seniors.
When we come back, we'll tell you about the 2 officers that were shot in Alabama.
I'm Chris Jakomick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakomick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. My service never stops.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the
Nope, I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay. You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope, I'm high. Let's order in. Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
2 officers have been hospitalized after being shot in Huntsville, Alabama, while responding to a shooting call on Tuesday. The officers are facing life-threatening injuries. In addition to the officers, there was a female victim at the scene who was also taken to the hospital. Her condition has not been released. At this time, the gunman was apprehended an hour later.
The R.M. Palmer Chocolate Factory exploded on Friday evening. 10 people were injured while 7 people were declared dead after search and rescue efforts ensued.
40 are dead after a fire breaks out in a migrant detention center in Mexico. This fire began on Monday after a protest was held at the center of Juarez, Mexico. Mexico's president said at a press conference that the protesters inside lit a mattress on fire after being informed that they were getting deported. There were 68 men in the center total at the time of the fire. An additional 28 people were injured.
After 8,100 gallons of latex fishing solution spilled into the Delaware River, the city of Philadelphia sent out a message informing residents to use bottled water until further notice. While tests show no contamination to the city's drinking water supply, officials wanted to be safe for the few days following the spill on Friday.
The state of Arkansas is suing TikTok and its parent companies for privacy and children's safety claims. Arkansas claims that social media companies were misleading consumers about the safety of children and the protection of the user's private data. The state filed 2 lawsuits against TikTok and its parent company, ByteDance, as well as a third one against Meta. The state is accusing the company of violating their Deceptive Trade Practices Act. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders announced this lawsuit as well as trying to sign an executive order to ban TikTok from all the state's devices. On Tuesday, Meta countered this by outlining the steps it has taken to protect teens on the platform. Arkansas is not the first state to do this, however. Just last year, India filed a very similar lawsuit. When we come back with TVM sports anchors Nick Ferraro and Jonelle Simones for the latest Marywood and professional sports.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Okay, here we go.
3, 2.
3, 2, 1.
COVID-19 has been a really long and difficult fight.
So when we start talking about COVID, I completely get it. It's frustrating.
We've all been impacted one way or another.
The fight against COVID is also changing really quickly.
And it's sometimes really hard to keep up.
So here are a few things we know.
We are not fighting the same virus from 2020.
Right now, new variants are a lot more contagious and need to be taken seriously.
Getting vaccinated and staying boosted is the best way to keep you protected from COVID-19 and help you stay out of the hospital.
Even if you got COVID before, it's important that you go get your COVID booster.
COVID vaccines are safe.
Much safer than getting COVID-19.
We all want this to end sooner than later.
So go ahead and do things.
Go out and live your life, but get vaccinated. Stay boosted.
We can all do our part.
And get back to living. You can go to getvaccineanswers.org for more information.
Marywood spring sports keep hopping along like the Easter Bunny is hopping along to drop off your basket at your house. You excited for Easter there?
Very excited.
Well, I'm excited to talk about Marywood baseball. The Marywood baseball team has hit a bit of a skid, losing 3 of their last 4. First, the Pacers dropped 2 of 3 against Centenary University before another loss to Elmira College. Despite the difficult week, sophomore third baseman Max Slusher had an amazing week, tallying 7 hits, including 2 doubles, a home run, 8 runs batted in, 3 runs scored, and 4 walks. The team currently sits at 500%, sporting a 9-9 record.
The Pacers softball squad went 5-3 on the week, sweeping Cazenovia College, splitting with Marymount-University, being swept by the University of Scranton, ending the week with a sweep of Sunny Delhi. Senior catcher Ashton Clark totaled 10 hits, 3 doubles, a home run, and drove in 8 runs during the week. The softball team's record is currently 12-6.
The Marywood men and women's tennis teams absolutely walloped Clark Summit University this week, both winning 8-1. 7 of our players went undefeated in the matches, including Allison Bashore, Faith Kendricks, McKenna Seavey, Eddie McCreevy, James Crawley, Jack Briggs, and of course our very own Max Burke.
The women's lacrosse team went 2-1 on the week, starting off the week with a heartbreaking loss to Misericordia University 16-15 before back-to-back dominating victories against Eastern University 19-4 and Montclair State University 18-5. Freshman midfielder Avery Megan netted 12 goals this week. The men's lacrosse team defeated Albright University 14-7. Ben Pizzarello, John Scibiello, Dylan Kane, and Dalton Metzger each netted a pair of goals.
You know, a pair of goals sounds incredible. I don't know how lacrosse works, but that sounds like they're doing a great job.
I agree. I think they're killing it.
You know what else is doing a great job? March Madness this year.
Are you into it?
Oh, I'm really into it. UConn's in there. I know you're a big Husky fan.
I'm a big Husky fan.
Go Huskies.
Go UConn.
March Madness is coming to a close, and the madness it has been. On the men's side, the top 12 teams have been knocked out, with 4 teams remaining. UConn, the current favorite, will take on the red-hot University of Miami, while San Diego State will match up against this year's Cinderella story, Florida Atlantic University. The women's Final Four has shaped up a bit more expectedly, with 2 #1 seeds in Virginia Tech and last year's champion, South Carolina. They will match up against LSU and Iowa, respectively. It will be a final 6 games as we will find out who will hoist this year's NCAA men and women's basketball Division I championship trophies.
We are hitting the home stretch of the NBA regular season, and there is still a lot to be determined in terms of playoff clinching scenarios and seeding. The top 5 in the Eastern Conference is pretty much set, but 6 through 10 are still fighting for their respective spots. The Western Conference, however, is all jumbled, with the top 3 seeds being set and seeds 4 through 10 being 3 games apart. The NBA playoffs don't seem like they will disappoint this year, hopefully giving fans a finish like no other.
It's baseball season, everyone. With opening day taking place yesterday, the season is destined to be intriguing, with some injuries happening already, and of course, new faces in new places. The World Series favorites are currently the defending champion Astros, Braves, Dodgers, Yankees, Mets, and the Phillies. The National League is considered to be a very deep league, promising a tough battle for whichever team claims the pennant. The American League is a 2-horse race, with the Astros and the Yankees leading the way, with everyone else seemingly trying to catch up. The long journey through the summer has begun as we all sit back and watch the race to October.
That's all for sports. We'll be back after these messages.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina. Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Those 9 months were also 273 days of planning. What about your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. And let's not forget those barbecues you plan in detail for your family and your more vegetarian by the day best friends. That surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Greenland is tired of changes. Greenland has officially changed their clocks for one last time, deciding they would no longer be participating in this trend. Greenland's parliament voted to stick to the year-round. That way it gives them another hour of daylight in the afternoon, regardless of the time of year.
Now, Nate, what's your whole take on this daylight savings thing? Are you like a fallback kind of person, or are you more like a spring forward guy?
I'm more of a fallback kind of guy because us anchors need time of day to relax.
Yeah, we need that beauty sleep.
That's going to do it for this week's edition of TVM News. From everyone at TV-Marywood, thanks for tuning in.
Be sure to follow TV-Marywood's YouTube page and like the TVM Facebook page to stay up to date on the latest happenings and to watch additional content. I'm Kyle O'Driscoll.
And I'm Nate McLean. By the way, Happy April Fools! Yo, stop screaming in my ear. Freaking out. Keep going. Happy April Fools. Have a great weekend, Marywood.